Hello and welcome to another edition of Pokemon XY Anime Discussion. I'm Dustin Benzel, and for this I didn't say Dustin Benzel, right? Okay, just make sure. I don't know. Sorry about that. Got a little confused there for a moment. Okay, so if you remember in the last video, we were talking about Ash versus Clement and the gyms and stuff like that. Well, do not worry. This episode is going to be very different. Now, we didn't get very much new news since the last time I was speaking. The last big thing was the titles. However, on Thanksgiving, or I believe so, there was a trailer revealed and it showed some of the interesting episode. It had a little bit of Gumi. Bonnie is playing with Gumi, I guess, being really nice to Gumi. That's a really nice touch because yeah, that's a really nice touch for Bonnie's character. And we saw a little about the episode where I think Serena is becoming a Kalos Queen, or that debut episode and stuff like that. And let's see what else was in there. Oh, and it was a lot. There was a lot of Froakie moments, evolution, and there were some gym battle moments as well. The only thing that I don't remember seeing in the trailer were about the Inkay Malamar episode, the Skiddo episode. If I'm not mistaken, some of them could have been from the Skiddo episode. I don't remember seeing anything from the Vanillite episode. And just for clarification, I looked at some sources, and actually it is just Vanillite that's in the episode as far as we know. Vanillish could still appear, but for the moment, it's just Vanillite. There was no scenes from the dating episode that's coming up apparently, and I think that's it. Let me look at the titles real quick. That was the wrong browser. That does not have the proper. Oh, okay. Hold on, let's see. I don't know how far this is gonna go back. Come on. Come on. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Oh no, that's it. Okay, so there was no scenes from the Skiddo episode or Malamar versus Inkay. There were scenes of the Froakie evolution episode. There were clearly some scenes from Dedenne Does Its Best All for Gumi. Because one of the scenes is Gumi and Dedenne are really, really bonded, and I would think that would happen like at the end of the episode, the end of the episode where they all separate and Dedenne is actually protecting Gumi. So I think there were scenes from that episode. I think that scene comes near the end of the episode. We're at the Pokemon Center and stuff like that. I'm thinking. Or maybe Dedenne and Gumi get together as friends at the end of the first Gumi episode. I don't know, but there is a scene where Gumi and Dedenne seem like they're really good friends in the trailer. So, like I said, there's no Vanillite episode and no dating episode, but every other title that's been revealed so far has some scenes in the trailer, which is really nice. So I just want to go over that trailer real quick, and then we'll get on to the future of the XY series. The first scenes were, like I said, were about Gumi, I believe. Gumi and Dedenne and stuff like that. There were like quite a bit of scenes from Froakie evolving into Frogadier, although we don't actually see that. But any of the Frogadier scenes in particular are about the gym battle, which is really nice because at the end of the trailer, if I'm not mistaken, we actually see Frogadier launching a really nice aura sphere in the direction of what we assume is Go-Go. So that's a really nice scene. Now, someone on the Cerebi forum suggested that it was ridiculous that Frogadier is using Water Pulse against Go-Go, and it was like along the same lines as Pikachu using electric attacks on a ground type. And I'm gonna have to call out that person as a moron. I'm not gonna say who it is, but that person is a moron because water can still affect grass. It's just not very effective, but it still does damage. Now, electric types don't do any damage to ground types, if I said that right. I hope I said that right. Electric type damaged is not applicable to ground type Pokemon. There we go. That was a little convoluted, but it got my point across. So then there were scenes about Serena being her debut, where there's a girl with a fletchling, and I think it was a Meowstic. There was another girl with a mouse stick, I believe. I think it was a mouse stick. I'm not really sure on that one. But I think it was like a female mouse stick, and then there was a really nice girl who had a fletchling. And there was some moments where Serena, I guess, looked determined and stuff like that. And yippee ki yay! I still don't agree with showcases, and maybe in this video later on I'll explain why. So let's go over that. Yeah, but that's pretty much the trailer. After all, I want to go over the trailer real quickly for Froakie's Evolution, which isn't going to happen for another week and a half or so because they're taking a break this December 4th. I think it's to give Naruto a hour special or something like that, which is rather disappointing because it would have been really cool if Gumi and the Inkay episode actually was all 1 hour special on December 25th. But you know, you never know. I also hear that every year there actually is scenes. They do a New Year's special for Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken, where they do scenes for the Pokemon. So I'm hopefully looking forward to that. If it's happening, it'll be nice to see future episodes then. That might even pass even February. And who knows what we'll see? Maybe we'll see Luxio or Luxray or Gumi evolving into Sliggoo or Goodra or, you know, anything like that. So hopefully that'll happen this year. There have been a few times where I didn't really get information on that. I guess people weren't talking about it as much, but it seems like it's a common thing to have uh, a Pokemon special for New Year's or something like that, where they show a future clips and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff from that. Who knows? Maybe another Pokemon for Serena or something like that. Who knows? That might be nice. So I think that's it. So let's uh, let's start off with Serena. Um, Now I'm not 100% against her doing showcases. I just have a problem with a traveling companion of Ash, who is a girl, doing Pokemon showcases as a lifelong goal or to be portrayed in the series. Now, I'm not sure how much of this I addressed in the title of showcases, where I discussed how I don't agree with showcases and how piss poor I found them. Sorry, or half-assed, or however I put it, and stuff like that. And the and the reason why is because it doesn't look very appealing. I mean, like I said, maybe what we know of Pokemon showcases, maybe they were not fully there, not fully complete, and so maybe I'll be surprised when the Pokemon Showcase come happens. But the problem that I'm seeing with Pokemon Showcases is that it's all about aesthetics, all about looking pretty or tough or cool or whatever you want to put it, like all the contest types or whatever. But at the same time, there is no skill or strength involved in Pokemon Showcases because they took out battling. And if I'm not mistaken, I addressed that I liked Pokemon Contest because even though there was battling, it wasn't just about knocking your opponent out. And I'm pretty sure I addressed this if I remember correctly. And so far, what I've seen of Pokemon showcases, they really do not look appealing at all. And I'm just wondering why Serena is doing this. I mean, I don't mind Shauna doing this. I mean, Shauna's a recurring character. She can very well do this. And, you know, but at the same time, why is Serena doing this? Why is this her goal? Why did the writers choose to make this her goal? I mean, if you were going to do something that was similar, that's off of the Pokemon PR videos in the X and Y series, because I think that's what some of this is about, is along with it's like an enhancement of the Pokemon PR stuff and everything like that, and maybe it would have worked a little better if they actually put a little bit more effort into it. I mean, I understand that Pokemon may not just be about battling, but the problem is battling is a core aspect of Pokemon. You cannot deny that. You may not like battles, but it is a core aspect of Pokemon. Just like the Pokemon themselves and evolutions and all sorts of things that you may not like, including gyms and stuff like that. But the problem is having a goal without any battling falls short of anything amazing. Because you can make it as pretty as you want, but it doesn't really show off really much skill or strength. Now you can disagree. I mean, there might be some skill in doing appeals and stuff like that, or doing the main performance of showcases and stuff like that, but what does it matter if it's just to look pretty, if it's just supposed to be some aesthetically pleasing thing? Which is why I don't understand why the writers focus so much on Pokemon showcases, especially since um, Pokemon contests are pretty much in the series now, and due to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire being released. And they have contests and they've upgraded it and stuff like that. And I'm just wondering, is this going to evolve in a contest? Is Serena going to realize that there's really nothing to do and maybe there will be a contest and maybe Serena will start doing contests? And I'm not sure, but I'll watch the episode or I'll see the pictures of Serena and debut in February 15th or whenever that particular episode is, and I'll check it out and I'll make my final decision there, and I'll make a video of it when the time comes. It won't happen until February after the episode airs. And I'll probably have to wait until I can actually get a translation of what's said and everything like that, so I don't misunderstand anything like that. So I'm not really sure there's anything good going on there in terms of showcases. Like I said, I'm waiting for my final decision to happen when Serena makes her debut in Pokemon showcases. So I'll hold off until now. But like I said, I'm already not liking this. But who knows? I may like it, I may not. It just depends. It's just right now, Pokemon Showcase just seems to be all about aesthetics. And that would be nice and awesome and stuff like that. But it just doesn't seem like something that should be revolved around a goal. I have no problem with the girls of the main cast, or even Ash or Silent or Clement. Sorry. Yeah, Silent's in the cast now. Didn't you hear? Just kidding. Just kidding. It was a joke. I was joking. Okay. And I don't mind them doing things like that's just all about aesthetics and stuff like that, but to actually have a goal around that, it just doesn't work because it's not in depth enough to make it work, you know? I probably would have preferred Pokethalons or something like, from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, those things where I probably would have preferred something like that. Because at least then the Pokemon are actually doing a lot of activity for one. And who knows, there could have been some creative ways that they could have done that. Excuse me. And so like I said, I'll wait until the episode airs before making my final decision on the matter. And but like I said, it's not looking good for me. So that covers Serena in terms of her character development, I believe, for right now. Can't really discuss anymore. I can't think of anything else. So let's move on to Clement and Bonnie. I watched the Halucha versus Dark Halucha, by the way, episode, and it was really nice. And one of the cute moments in that episode was Bonnie suggesting that Ash use his Halucha to make up for the fact that Gallade couldn't be in there and stuff like that. So I think Bonnie is okay. I really think she's just so cute and adorable. I mean, I don't know why Max was so bad as a character to be on the main show. I mean, he wasn't horrifyingly bad, but he was pretty bad in comparison to Bonnie. I don't know. I think Bonnie just brings in cuteness and adorableness to the show. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know why Bonnie is so cute or adorable. I don't know. Maybe it's a personality. Maybe Max is book smart. Personality didn't exactly work well. Bonnie isn't exactly stupid. There are times where Bonnie is pretty smart and stuff like that, but Bonnie is just Bonnie, I guess. That's the way I could put it. Now Clement and Bonnie's future. I didn't exactly address this in the previous episode, but I believe there will be a moment where Clement is deciding whether or not he should stay at the gym after he loses to Ash, and there we might get some Meyer talk, and who knows, maybe the Blaziken mask will show up again and stuff like that, and Clement will probably most likely decide to continue traveling to Ash until the end of his journey in the Kalos region and stuff like that. Like I don't know exactly how this is going to end. I mean, we all know how the fifth gen ended, and by the way, that was pretty horrible. By the way, I mean, seriously, that came like out of nowhere, didn't it? I don't know exactly what happened there, but Silent and Iris just leaving on a train just to go to Johto made like absolutely no sense whatsoever. It was actually horrifying, to be honest with you. I know they were in Vermilion, and if I'm not mistaken, from Gold, Silver, or Heart Gold, Silver, and stuff like that, I do believe the magnet train ran from Vermilion to Goldenrod City, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, Vermilion City is where Copycat Girl was, where she gave you a copycat move or something like that, and or is it Mimic or something like that? And her house was completely replaced in the games with the magnet train. So I believe that was in Vermilion City. I think. So that actually came out of nowhere, and hopefully this time it'll be a little bit better. I mean, so with Clement, I'm not sure how they're going to lead Clement back to his gym. I don't know if it's going to be like right when Ash decides that he's going to go to Pallet Down and then go on to the next generation or something like that. But we'll wait off until in the future when probably around the after the gym battle before we decide. But anyway, what I'm thinking is that Clement is definitely going to decide to keep traveling with Ash even after Ash wins his gym battle, and it's probably going to be until Ash is probably done with the Kalos region. Maybe the league, maybe I don't know. It just depends on how everything's going to happen. I don't know when the seventh generation is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen like. It's probably going to be around 2016, probably. 2015, I can probably guess that we will be getting probably the sequels or the next set of the sixth gen games, possibly. And then afterwards, I expect the seventh generation. But it's also possible that there will not be any games next year. And it might just go into the seventh generation. But we'll have to wait until then. So as for the role on the group, they're probably going to do the same thing. Right now, um, I may have accident or unintentionally implied that Clement and Bonnie are on Ash's group traveling companion just for the gym battle between Ash and Clement, but I didn't exactly mean it like that, or I didn't mean to imply that. If that's what you took from that, but I just meant that. Right now it seems like they're on the group just leading up to the gym battle where it won't be exactly 110% confirmed what's exactly going to happen as a result of Ash getting his gym badge. You know, because there may be a story where Myers like, no, come on, you must do the gyms and or something like that, or who knows what's going to happen then. But I think their role is going to probably remain the same. I don't know if there's going to be any sort of development between Clement and Bonnie outside of the usual of what's happened so far, but it's entirely possible. Now, for Ash's development, I'm not really sure. Without a rival, there's really nothing to look forward to except captures, evolution, and gym battles. Um, the XY series seems to have a lack of battles, and that's kind of disappointed because I really like battles, and I'm kind of tired of seeing a series with just so much filler where there aren't Pokemon battles actually being in those fillers. Now I'm not saying I'm not really saying that's a good thing that there's always battles, but the thing is if the battles are only applied to the occasional filler episode and it's primarily just around gym battles and league battles and everything, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. Because one of the things I like is battles the most. I know a lot of people don't like battles, but I love battles the most. That is the best aspect of Pokemon for me, especially full battles. We didn't even get a full battle last generation, and that really made it upsetted me that we didn't get a single full battle. That was really horrifying. So, outside of Ash development, I'm not really sure. I mean, the only thing I can think of is just his Pokemon developing. Ash is going to probably get a sixth Pokemon, hopefully soon, right after the battle with Clement or whatever, after Ash has Gudra, and Clement has Luxray, and Serena has Braixen. Oh, which, by the way, I wanted to address a little bit on. I'm not sure when Fennekin is going to evolve because there's nothing indicating it, and if I'm not mistaken, Fennekin is going to be in the February 15th episode of Serena's debut as a Kalos Queen and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Fennekin was in that episode. So I'm not sure when breaks are going to happen. Actually, Fennekin might very well evolve in that episode. That would actually be a nice touch, and actually, it would be really nice. And I would give the episode a little bit more bonus points if Fennekin actually did evolve during a Pokemon showcase. Because I gotta admit, that was really cool. I mean, the concept is hard to pull off, and it's a one-time only thing. And if you mess it up, you're kind of done and stuff like that. You can't redo it. And it was interesting to see Ursula in fourth gen doing that in the Grand Festival, if I'm not mistaken, where her Eevees evolved. I'm not. I think that was fifth. I think that was the Grand Festival, or it possibly could have been the contest before the Grand Festival, or the last contest that Ursula was in, where it was Gabite and Patri. I don't know exactly when it was, but that was kind of a nice touch. And with the new Evolution Glow introduced in fifth generation, that's continued to sixth generation, an evolution would really, really be beneficial to Serena during her debut. But most likely, Fennekin is probably not going to evolve until later. So sorry about that detour. I just remembered that Serena had a breaks and stuff like that. So back to Ash. So after Gudra, Braixen, and Luxray, whenever that happens, pretty sure shortly afterwards, Ash is going to be using or is going to be catching another Pokemon. As for anything else, like I said, I'm not really sure. Without any rival or anything like that, the only thing we can hope for is when Ash's Frogadier evolves into Greninja, if that's going to happen, um, hopefully before or during Olympia or something like that. Maybe Senpai will have another episode or something like that, and maybe he can, and then maybe there could be a Greninja versus Greninja fight, and might be interesting to see Ash's Greninja winning just because Ash is a better battler than Senpai. Maybe Senpai might have a better ninja aspects to him, but it would be nice if Ash was considered a better battler, Pokemon battler, because he wants to be a Pokemon master. So there's also that. What else is there? Um, Oh, and there may be Tierno. Tierno might show up and might battle Ash, and hopefully this time Ash can actually beat Tierno and stuff like that. Maybe it'll be like a 3-on-3 and stuff like that, and Tierno will do his battle dances, and Ash will beat Tierno because he figured out a way to do it in his own style and stuff like that. So I expect that. I'm hoping Shauna's not going to show up every time that Serena's in a showcase thing. You know, there. I would think Serena would be benefit on if some of the times this was if Shauna was largely ignored or something like that. I'm perfect. I'm fine with Shauna being in the showcase of Serena's debut because I almost expect Serena's not going to win and it's actually going to be Shauna that wins. So, but that's just me. It might not actually be the case, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, and Trevor, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what he exactly did, but you know, there might be moments where Trevor and Clement might have some interesting moments together and stuff like that. Yeah, like I said, I can't really think of anything else to say. In this particular part of the future, at this moment, it's a little unknown. I guess maybe I should have waited for a while to do this, but I wanted to hurry up and get this one done and stuff like that. And it's pretty much it. We've already gone over Pokemon captures and what I think Ash will catch. I guess I could spend the last few minutes talking about Fantup and why I want it. King of Fantup. No, just kidding. This segment is called King of Fantup, where I will be talking about Fantup. Just kidding. But yeah, like I said, I think Fantup is the cutest ghost type. It's my favorite ghost type. It's one of my favorite Pokemon of 6th generation, and I really want Ash to catch it and stuff like that. And Fantup would be extremely useful for Ash against Olympia. Out of all the Pokemon that Ash would ever have, Fantup would be the best. If he has Greninja, then Greninja. But Fantup would be very beneficial to Ash, at least against Olympia. It's unfortunate that Fantup didn't come sooner because Fantup would have been helpful against Corinna, even Ramos, Clement, maybe technically Valerie, maybe not, and definitely Olympia. So, like I said, I'm not entirely sure what Ash is going to use against Wolfric. If Ash does hypothetically get a Hone Edge, I expect it to be used against Valerie, Olympia, and Wolfric, since Hone Edge will definitely be super effective against those three gyms. As for the Pokemon themselves, I don't expect Pikachu to learn a new move since there wasn't really anything new that Pikachu could have learned. Although it would have probably been nice if Pikachu actually learned a fairy type like Dazzling Gleam or something. That might have been an interesting move to give Pikachu, but who knows? Frogadier, I expect it to evolve as well as Fletchinder. Halucha probably will get some move changes in the future, hopefully. Something that won't make it completely useless against ghost types and stuff like that. As for no, as for Gumi, it's definitely going to evolve. As for a good move set, probably one of the poison type moves, Dragon Breath or Dragon Pulse, maybe Muddy Water, and I'm not sure what else. I guess we'll see. I will definitely go over Gumi when Gumi's episode comes out. The episodes, I will definitely address that in January. A little bit more than now, or maybe if there's a nice summary for the episodes about what moves Gumi has, I might address it then. Um, as for Serena, I don't expect her to get a Delphox until maybe the end of the XY series. I could see Pancham evolving, but that would be dependent on the right circumstances. I see her getting maybe one or two more Pokemon. As for Clement, I'm thinking he's pretty much going to be done with when Luxray happens, but there is always the possibility Chespin will evolve. After all, we haven't even seen Culloden in the anime yet, and we've seen Braixen and Frogadier quite a few times. So it'll definitely be a wonder why we haven't seen Chespin's evolutionary line yet with Culloden and Chestnut. So actually, you know what? It would be nice if Ash actually battled a trainer who had a chestnut in the future. That'd be kind of nice. Actually, I would technically prefer Fletchinder or even Hawlucha, maybe even Gudra and stuff like that. But I really want to see Ash battling a chestnut in the future. So this pretty much wraps this episode over. Done. Oh, hold on. Did I miss somebody? Nope. Serena Clement. Okay. So this is this episode. Um, the next few videos are probably going to be reflections of past generations, where I will discuss what worked and what failed for each of the generations. Because right now there's really not a lot going with the XY anime series since the whole bunch of titles were revealed. So expect reflections of the past generations, how they compare or differ from the XY series. And then after I'm done with that, and after my scathing review of the fifth generation anime, no, just kidding, then I might be more willing to go back to the XY anime and discuss its general premise so far, as well as maybe discuss any possible alternative Pokemon captures for like Ash, Clement, and Serena. Like if Serena, Clement, and Ash are going to get different Pokemon than I ever speculated, then I will discuss which ones I will find acceptable and which ones I would find acceptable given the circumstances. For example, Litleo. The only person right now that I would expect to get Litleo right now is Clement. That's just a hypothetical example for the future. I've already discussed Honedge and Ash and stuff like that. And I've already said that I prefer Aegislash and everything like that. Like I said, this pretty much covers this episode. I will probably get into the fifth generation real quick of the reflections next episode. So thank you for watching. If you have any comments or things you want me to discuss, make sure to leave it in the comment section, and I will hopefully address that in a future video and stuff like that. So thank you for watching. I hope this has been an enjoyable watch for you. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.